This week at Book Club, we've been reading chapter 7, 8 and 9 of the book In His Steps. When we first started reading this book and Pastor Jeff began teaching the series, I was frustrated. Why isn't there more people getting in on this? I mean, as a church, as believers, as followers, isn't it our call to follow in Jesus' steps? But as the book goes on and as the series goes on, I am humbled. Following in Jesus' steps is hard. It is a journey, it is steep, and you're not always sure where you're going. But just like it says in the opening part of this chapter, the Reverend Maxwell didn't know the end results, but he just took the next right step. Maybe that step is a small one, or maybe it's a big leaping step for you. But either way, the aim is to just keep stepping. To just keep stepping in the direction that you believe Jesus would take at every rising moment. In the last few chapters, we left Alexander Powers on the verge of taking one of the biggest leaps of his life. In the end, he didn't retain the secret and his job, but he brought lawbreakers to justice. He had suffered deeply, so had his family, but he chose obedience. We left Virginia Page setting down her socialite crown for a crown of servanthood. She chose obedience. We left Rachel Winslow chasing the mission tent over world stadiums and her love for Jesus over her whole love life. And side note, another man declared his love for her this week. Isn't she a popular one? But Rachel don't want to be in this love triangle and again chooses Jesus and chooses obedience. You're probably thinking, sure, we know, we read this last week. But nothing significant has changed in these two chapters. If anything, it's got a little more wrong. But what I noticed is that these characters just continued in these steps, in Jesus' steps. But the headline here is that steps of obedience done consistently lead to big changes over time. See, everything was about to change. At the end of chapter 8 through to chapter 9, we read that the pledge to do what Jesus would do was having a revolutionary effect on the church and the city. Every day added to the serious results of the pledge. It was just beginning and was about to change the history of families in the city and throughout the country. That as each person chose obedience, chose to follow in Jesus' steps, there was a gradual yielding to a new power which the city had never before experienced. As the church followed in Jesus' steps, the community began to emerge out of the darkness into the light. It says in the book that it stirred the community to its depths. From the change of value in the businesses from profit to people, to the newspapers printing decisions, the singing in the community stirring wonder, intrigue and question around the popular missing parties for preaching, there had been strange happenings all through the city, in homes, businesses and social circles. 100 people had now committed to asking what would Jesus do in their spheres. It's never too late to get in on this. The result to their obedience, not knowing it was coming, had been a demonstration of 50 souls of the worst characters in the community coming to Jesus, and a transformation of lives. Not just the people's lives who got saved, but those who got to be part of it, who got to witness it. Don't underestimate your small actions or the big leaping ones in this moment. Don't trade instant gratification for long-lasting satisfaction. See, that's the result of consistent obedient steps. And how epic would it be for us to be part of a move of God like this, to witness it? And in the book, this is just the beginning. The group get to praying just like we have been doing. Prayer became less eloquent and defined and more unmindful, but effective in praying for people's needs and wants. The Reverend Maxwell soon asked the question, what use were prayers to make people and situations better when votes and actions had really been on the side of the enemy of Jesus? We read the spiritual tension reached its point right there, and their convictions couldn't be held back. They were going to shut down the liquor stores. Where alcohol had destroyed so many people and families in their community, they were going to take back the ground from the enemy. Take back those people from the enemy. So what is your spiritual tension? Your convictions? Do they oppose what Jesus said in his word? Or are you an advocate in taking back ground from the enemy? What do you vote for? Who do you vote for? Who are you standing in the gap for? Our prayers must be met with action. And that's exactly what our characters are about to do in the next chapters. They were choosing to go big or go home. At the end of the chapter, they conclude, I want to do something that will cost me in the way of sacrifice. I'm hungry to suffer something for Jesus. That is big. Would they all keep it or give up when the cross became too heavy? Find out with us and read with us or listen with us now and get the book at www.gpastors.co.uk/in his steps.